Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another. It is technically game news roundup, while the focus of this is not video games. But I figured we should talk about this because after weeks, months of speculation, reports, it has been announced this morning that Netflix is acquiring Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion with a B. One of the biggest acquisitions ever, bigger than Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard by a good, 13, 14, $15 million, somewhere around that range. Obviously, this is not just video games. Activision Blizzard was, mainly for Call of Duty and Blizzard. But this here obviously focuses on television and movies, but it does include Warner Brothers games. So there are video game developers and studios that are a part of this acquisition. So, this morning, Netflix announced it is acquiring entertainment giant Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion, or equity value of $72 billion. The acquisition is expected to go through after the separation of Warner Brothers Discovery's Global Networks division, Discovery Global, into a new publicly traded company, which is expected to be completed in Q3 2026. So this deal is not expected to go through until at least, let's see, quarter one is January, February, March. Quarter two is April, May, June. So this is not expected to go through at least until July of next year at the earliest. Not until Discovery and Warner Brothers are separated, because they did basically join forces together to become one company. Of course, now they're being separated again, and now Warner Brothers is being acquired by Netflix for $82.7 billion. A lot of money. Obviously, the main part of this deal, as I've mentioned, is for television and movies and some very big franchises. Once completed, Netflix will own all of Warner Brothers. That includes multiple TV and movie franchises like The Big Bang Theory, The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Wizard of Oz, as well as probably the biggest one for us nerds here, the DC Universe, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, etc., etc. The Flash will all be owned by Netflix. Also, obviously, this deal also includes HBO and HBO Max. What is this going to lead to HBO Max? Are we going to keep Netflix and HBO Max? Or is Netflix going to say, screw it, get rid of HBO Max and just put everything from HBO Max into Netflix? Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe we'll have one less streaming service we'll have to pay for. Of course, if that does happen, does that mean Netflix is going to go up even more in price? Or will there just maybe be a bundle where you can get both of them for a discounted price? We'll find out. Who knows? We'll find out in a year, 2 years, 3 years, half a decade. We'll find out. But yeah. Warner Brothers and its subsidiaries will also be owned by Netflix. This includes Avalanche Software, NetherRealm Studios, Portkey Games, Rocksteady Studios, TT Games, WB Games Boston, WB Games Montreal, WB Games New York, and WB Games San Francisco. Big franchises that they're known for. We got Hogwarts Legacy, which was the best-selling game a few years ago when that came out for that entire year, which not often do we see a game outsell Call of Duty in a given year. Obviously, times are changing with that. Or Grand Theft Auto. The only time we've seen since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 games that have outsold Call of Duty was Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Otherwise, Call of Duty was, at least in the US, was the best-selling game of the year. But then Hogwarts Legacy bucked that trend and was the best-selling game of the year when that came out. And then obviously this year, if you've been paying attention to at least might not be the best-selling game of the year, but Battlefield 6 is looking to have outsold Call of Duty this year specifically, though it might not be the best-selling game of the year overall. Other studios, obviously we mentioned NetherRealm. They're best known for developing the Mortal Kombat franchise. Most recently was Mortal Kombat 1 was the last entry in that. Rocksteady Studios, best known for the Batman Arkham games, and then of course, most recently they did have a bit of a flop with the Suicide Squad game, and then as well as TT Games, which is known for developing Lego games. Now, mind you, the specific press release released by Netflix didn't make any mention of video games or Warner Brothers games at all. What's going on? I mean, yes, this deal obviously will include Warner Brothers games, but what's going on with it, we don't know. There's no mention of it. So obviously the focus is on the TV and movie part of this deal, but we will find out, maybe. Hopefully this doesn't mean they're going to say, screw it, we're going to sell off. I mean, I guess you could say Best case scenario, they let Warner Brothers game. They don't touch them. They let them keep doing their thing. They make profit. They were good to go. Next case scenario, they sell off Warner Brothers games, or they make it their own company by themselves. Although, obviously, look at the games they develop. They need to get rights from Warner Brothers to develop a lot of the games that they do. Hogwarts Legacy and Batman Arkham mainly. Of course, they do own Mortal Kombat franchise. So we'll see where things go. And obviously, worst case scenario is Warner Brothers Games gets lots of layoffs, studios get shut down, and it'll just be like the main few studios that consistently bring in a profit that remain fine. So we'll find out in the coming years again for that one. Fingers crossed that there's no major layoffs at the minimum with what goes on with Warner Brothers Games, and of course across Warner Brothers in general, because we've seen lots and lots of layoffs in the video game industry and the whole entertainment industry, and really most industries of late, especially this year, but the last few years in general. So yeah, quotes. We got here some quotes from Netflix co-CEO. Our mission has always been to entertain the world by combining Warner Brothers' incredible library of shows and movies, from timeless classics like Casablanca and Citizen Kane to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Friends. With our culture-defining titles like Stranger Things, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Squid Game, we'll be able to do that even better. Together, we can give audiences more of what they love and help define the next century of storytelling, which, yeah, as you would say, that's a nothing burger of a quote, but, you know, they're combining everything together. I mean, that's kind of a given when you acquire somebody. The other Netflix co-CEO added, this acquisition will improve our offering and accelerate our business for decades to come. Warner Brothers has helped define entertainment for more than a century and continues to do so with phenomenal creative executives and production capabilities. With our global reach, proven business model, we can introduce a broader audience to the worlds they create. I mean, I guess you said there are, a couple 100 million people subscribed to Netflix. It's by far the biggest subscription service out there. So yeah, giving our members more options, attracting more fans to our best-in-class streaming service, strengthening the entire entertainment industry, and creating more value for shareholders. Now, that doesn't make me think they're going to lean towards getting rid of HBO Max and moving stuff into Netflix, but obviously nothing is official yet. That's just, that reading that quote is like kind of leaning towards that's where it's going to be. And Warner Brothers Discovery president and CEO David Zaslav stated, today's announcement combines two of the greatest storytelling companies in the world to bring to even more people the entertainment they love to watch the most. For more than a century, Warner Brothers has thrilled audiences, captured the world's attention, and shaped our culture. By coming together, Netflix we will ensure people everywhere will continue to enjoy the world's most resonant stories for generations to come. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. We're probably not going to hear not much about this for a while, at least not until after Warner Brothers and Discovery separate into their own separate companies, and then this acquisition starts moving forward. Obviously, it needs to get approval from regulators around the world, at least, actually, pretty much around the world. So we'll see if this deal gets approved by regulators and if things move forward. We'll find out. But yeah, $82.7 billion is a lot of money. What do you think on this deal? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think consolidation, more consolidation is bad? But the other option was Paramount potentially acquiring Warner Brothers. So Netflix is kind of more of a separate thing from Hollywood. At least from the traditional Hollywood companies, Netflix is kind of separate. And now they're bringing Warner Brothers into their fold and see how Hollywood reacts to this. Yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see. If these are good, this is bad. I'm going to lean towards, it's a wait and see type of deal. If it was Paramount, it's like, oh boy, that's one less major movie studio. But obviously, the other thing about Netflix, they don't really release much in the way of movies in movie theaters. So I'm assuming Warner Bros. Will be fine with still release their games in movie theaters, and then they'll come to Netflix, HBO Max, whatever, as usual. But anyways, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this. As always, hit the like button if you enjoy this. Be sure to subscribe if you want some more, mainly gaming industry information, but news, information, gaming sales, stuff like that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.